push this to get this solved.
His family kind of underestimated his second family, didn't they?
Absolutely.
Now it's the end of the story of what happened to Jake Millison. His friends fought for him. His family fought against him. And in the end, it's hard to tell who won.
That's all for now. I'm Lester Holt. Thanks for joining us.
NBC4 News at 11 starts with breaking news.
That breaking news is from Hawthorne, where police are investigating a shooting outside a McDonald's. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kathy Vara.
And I'm Robert Kovacic. This happened at the restaurant on West Rosecrans just before 9:30 this evening. And you can see right there more than a dozen shell casings in the parking lot. Firefighters took one person to the hospital, and police say they believe they know who the shooter is, but still haven't found him as of yet.
Also tonight, a $50,000 reward is being offered in connection with a deadly hit and run in South L.A. LAPD looking for the woman in this cell phone video. They say she was speeding in a Porsche when she slammed into another car, killing the driver. It happened at 91st and Figueroa in the Vermont Vista neighborhood in July. Police say instead of stopping to help the driver and her two passengers began removing items from the Porsche and walked away.
There was zero concern at all for this guy. You know, you're just involved in this collision that's 100% your fault, and you have no respect at all for this person or anybody or any human decency to walk over and just check on them.
The victim was identified as 25-year-old Emerson Gonzalez Escobar. Police say he was driving home after spending time out with friends.
A dog was left abandoned after his owner was killed in a hit and run in South L.A. That dog waited near his owner's body for hours as police investigated the crime. And now tonight, for the first time, we're hearing from a man who stepped in to save that dog from being turned over to a shelter. NBC4's Karma Dickerson shares their story.
When a car plowed into a cyclist in Watts August 18th, that hit-and-run driver shattered more than one life, leaving a cyclist dead and his four-legged companion alone in the world.
And he kind of just paced around the owner's body.
Distraught, confused, who can say what exactly was going on in this dog's head as he refused to leave his friend's body?
And just started howling and just whining. It was really sad.
But Alex Troy just couldn't leave him there.
It took a lot of convincing at the scene of the accident for him to come with me.
Alex is a social media star, popular for creating car content, but who also shoots breaking news scenes. He says he came out to the hit-and-run investigation and after asking around, determined the dog belonged to a man believed to be homeless.
ChatGPT thinks he's half Akita and half Husky with a little bit of German in him.
There didn't seem to be anybody to take him, so Alex brought him home.
I feel like he thought I was kidnapping him. He escaped from my house the day I got him. So he got up on this motorcycle, got up right here, there's a ton of paw prints right here, and then somehow busted this window after pulling down the screen doors and got out over here. And this is all just wooded area.
That's the Husky in him.
The why, however, solidly Akita.
Alex is pretty sure that during that daring escape, this guy was trying to get back to his owner, and that loyalty is so very Akita. As a matter of fact, this breed known as the most loyal dogs in the world.
2 weeks after that escape and another rescue by community members, the dog will hardly let Alex out of his sight. But much about him remains a mystery, even his name.
I just have to whistle or just yell dog. D-A-W-G, dog.
So what was originally thought to be a lack of training turns out may just be a language barrier. Watch this. Hand. Hand. Mano. Mano. Buen chico. Buen chico.
As far as what's next, Alex says his 3 other dogs are not warming up to the new rescue. But at this point, he can't bear to see him go to a stranger.
I'm trying to convince one of my friends if they will just take it. One of my closer friends, and maybe if this story comes out, it'll convince one of them. Mano.
That's assuming this guy ever agrees to leave Alex's side. Karma Dickerson, NBC4 News.
A three-car crash in Orange County has left one person dead and sent several others to the hospital. One of those patients transported was a child. This happened just before 1:30 this afternoon in the Santiago Canyon community. According to firefighters, 3 cars were involved. All of them caught fire. It's not clear what led up to the crash.
We have some new details in the case of that couple charged with murdering their 7-month-old son. They pleaded not guilty today. Baby Emmanuel Haro reported missing 3 weeks ago today. His remains have still not been found, but his father has been spotted with investigators in the search. Jake and Rebecca Haro made their second court appearance in Riverside today. They are accused of lying to police about the baby's death.
I have kids. I have a 6-year-old son. I'm going to get emotional because it just breaks my heart how anybody can hurt a baby. And a lot of us are doing everything we can to help raise awareness.
The parents are scheduled for their preliminary hearing on September 17th.
Let's head outside, looking live from our camera at the Port of LA. Meteorologist Shauna Mendiola is here with a check of the first alert forecast. Shauna?
All right, Kathy, well, as we look outside right now, temperatures have cooled significantly. We are now in the 60s in downtown LA, still in the 70s in the Inland Empire, but compared to the last few nights, this is feeling much cooler. To show you what we're talking about here on our maps, compared to this time yesterday, we're about 5 degrees cooler in downtown LA. 4 in Ontario, and we will continue this trend into the day tomorrow. So look forward to things feeling a lot nicer. We wake up tomorrow morning to some 60s in the Inland Empire. Clear skies for you there, with temperatures warming to the 70s and 80s by the time we hit mid-morning. Now, if you are closer to the beaches or in Los Angeles, there will be some marine layer that'll help us out to cool things down. But for the IE, still looking at some 90s out there. No triple digits, though, as we head to your Friday. Now, I want to show you what to expect as we head to the weekend. Still quiet and mild tonight, but as we head to tomorrow, it'll be slightly cooler and less humid. I think that's something you're going to notice as well. The dry air is starting to push in, and that's going to eliminate most of the chances of thunderstorms for our mountains. We still have a small chance there. I'll show you when. And then we get to the weekend, and normal highs are coming back to the forecast. In fact, we might even go below normal, which will feel nice compared to those triple digits inland. You'll be back to some 80s here all around. We'll look at that for you and your neighborhood forecast on the way. Back to you.
Shauna, thank you. Okay, take a look at your screen right there. That's a familiar shot right there on the left, isn't it, Kathy?
Yes.
Now, come tomorrow, if you are at the airport, you might see those iconic LAX letters right there at the bottom being moved.
Wow. Eliana Moreno live over the airport. She has the reason why. Eliana, what's going on?
Kathy and Robert, and those famous letters right off of the Century Boulevard exit, they're going away, but not forever. Let me push in here so you can see them a little bit closer, and we also have the LAX shot to show you of those iconic LAX letters that you see when you come to the airport. Now, because of the ongoing construction project and roadway expansion that is taking place here, those letters are going to be going away for a little bit. Now, starting tomorrow and for the next week, they're going to be removing them and moving them to an undisclosed location nearby. They're going to work their way backwards. They're going to remove the X, the A, and then the L. At this point, it's unknown when they will return, but the entire project is expected to be completed in 2030. But hopefully, we'll see them sooner than that. Reporting live here from LAX in News Chopper 4, I'm Eliana Moreno. Back to you in the studio.
All right, Eliana, thank you so much. Well, tonight there is some closure for victims of sexual assault in Ventura. After a years-long investigation, a serial rapist has now been identified. Ventura police say Sean Patrick McNulty is responsible for 2 home invasion rapes that happened in Ventura in the early 1980s, along with 4 additional rapes in other states. McNulty died in 1997, and the cases were connected to him through DNA. The Ventura County District Attorney describes how one of the victims in Ventura County reacted to hearing that they had finally solved her case.
And they knocked on the door, introduced themselves, and she stood there and with tears in her eyes said, "I have waited 40 years for someone to tell me what you are telling me now." That says a lot about our need to always pursue justice, to make sure that the long arm of the law reaches back and identifies these perpetrators.
Ventura police believe there may be other victims out there as McNulty spent time in 14 states, so police are urging victims to come forward.
The federal government is suing Southern California Edison over the Eaton fire in January and the Fairview fire near Hemet in 2022. As NBC4's Ted Chen explains tonight, the new lawsuit claims negligence led to the fires and is now demanding the utility pay $80 million in damages.
Acting U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley declaring there's no doubt in his mind that the Eaton fire was caused by Southern California Edison, even though neither the official investigation